It's Friday, July 26, 2024. In this video, it's about VP Jagdeo and the boss man for the AFC. The AFC leader apparently posted on his Facebook page, his proposal for annual cash transfer to all Guyanese. 177 US or 36,000 Guyana dollars per year. That is Niger's proposal. Of course, VP Jagdeo, he decided to speak out in his press conference yesterday afternoon. He said that idea is a waste of time. In fact, he lashed out at the AFC leader making such a proposal. The VP went on to say that the AFC, they don't have a plan how to produce wealth in the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. So, from my vantage point, rest assured, these political battles, these political engagements are going to be hotting up. They're going to be getting hotter. They're going to increase in intensity. This intensity will carry all the way a couple of days before voting day, which may be sometime November 2025. The main parties, the PPP, PNC, and to a small extent the AFC, they may be able to have financial donors backing them. If you notice, all of them right now are having outreach meetings with members of the public, with different communities. I heard that Nigel went to Lenora. I think I heard that on Globespan, one of those programs. He went to Lenora. That's PPP stronghold. And some people are saying that the PNC has to do the same thing, go out into the Indian communities. But you have to have money for your members to go on those outreach programs to meet people all over. That's why sometimes some parties do not take part in all 10 regions because they don't have the money. You see right here now, you see Kamala Harris on YouTube asking you to donate, whether it's $2 or $5, right? Because if they manage to get thousands of people donating, even $2 or $5 is still some amount of money. Back in Guyana, as I said, those three parties, yes, but the smaller parties like WPA and whatnot, they have to go on YouTube. That's their way of reaching out to the public, going on YouTube and hoping that people look at their programs and support them. ANOC, which is Timothy Jonas' party, same thing. They have to go on YouTube and that kind of stuff. I think Timothy Jonas, they may have a program sometime this afternoon on the Critics platform. So I've inserted the part where Jagdeo is telling the critic that he heard that his visa application was denied. It's not me saying it. It's coming from the words of the Vice President. That is what you're now about to see. Have a happy Friday, people.
World-class healthcare, and we are doing that. We said we want to train more people, and we have 50,000 people on scholarships. And we're doing that. So so we're building new highways. We wanted to liberalize telecommunication. We're implementing what we said to the people. You're calling that short-termism. And then our opponents have nothing, absolutely nothing. They made a mess of Guyana in the past and again in the 5 years. And I will tell you the same Starbuck News story. I'll tell you how much of a mess they made. And you're accusing us of short-termism? We are the only party that's laid out plans that go beyond election cycles, that look to the long term. And so Nigel Hughes wants us to get together to develop a plan. It's hunky-dory, let's all sit in a room. He brings nothing to the table. They have nothing, but they want a cover because they can't produce a national plan. Look at their position on oil and gas. Every week it changes. They don't even have a plan on the oil and gas industry, and they made the biggest mess by signing that lopsided agreement. So he doesn't have a plan, but guess what? Guess what? He wants us to share out the money now, all money. So you don't have a plan to produce wealth as yet. How do you produce wealth in the long run? The same thing they're complaining about the short-termism. But he says, oh, this oil money, we must distribute it by law. Give every Guyanese citizen some money. So this is another post that he made. A long one now. So I suspect his employers at Exxon gave him this document to say how much money Guyana is earning every hour from our royalty and taxes. So he wants us, he calculated on that basis, they calculated how much we'll earn this year, and he wants us to give it out. We haven't earned it as yet for this year, but he wants us to give it out. We're only halfway in the year, but he wants us to spend this money. That's the first thing. And I suspect the same thing that Exxon probably might have been trying to do when they had one of their propagandists come and talk about, present this information and talk about our budget as though they were funding the full budget for Guyana. The $1.1 trillion was all funded by Exxon revenue. And we had to point out that all of the revenue we collect from Exxon can only fund less than 30% of the budget. This point gets lost on Nigel Hughes. But in his eagerness to please ExxonMobil, he repeats how much money we're earning per hour from Exxon. What he didn't do, he didn't calculate how much money we're spending per hour. And let's look at, so he says, who is getting this money? Calculated is who is getting this money. So let me give you an idea of who is getting the money, Nigel Hughes. Because this is not the courtroom where he believed he could make a statement and get away from it. Now you have to justify your ignorance here, or lack of knowledge. So let me tell him. The budget for the health sector in this year is $129